I posted on my community tab a post asking for you guys to send in embarrassing stories. So hopefully we can all laugh at them. Let's see what cringy, spicy, embarrassing stories we got written in here. Get go. In 4th grade one day I brought a burger to school as lunch and I didn't share it with any of my friends. Rude? Then the next day I realized it was pretty old. So in school I had diarrhea and in my school the toilets were never cleaned and those toilets were Indian toilets. Google it if didn't understand. Indian toilets? What? These things, dude? They're like sunk into the ground? What? Why is that a thing? Imagine trying to poo in one of those if you have diarrhea. That's terrible. And you're at school just to top things off. Cool, I'm glad that's in my search history. So I cannot go to the toilets, then after lunch break, the janitor gave me pants and called my father, then I went home. Dude, that's rough. And that all happened in the 4th grade. If there's one takeaway from the story, it's to share your burger with your friends. Me and my friends were at someone's birthday party, and then we were playing the piñata game. I slipped off the chair I was supposed to stand on. Let's say the pin I was supposed to pop the piñata landed on my forehead. I needed a bandage. We never talked about it again. That sounds like a fun memory in a few years. You and your friends will be like, you remember this time when Levitationable got super destroyed on the piñata? Let's just say I ripped one in a bad spot. One time when I was about 6, I was sitting on top of a little monkey bars thing. I did that a lot when I was little. And I tried to go in between the 2 bars below me to get on the ground. Always a bad idea. And as I went in between the 2 bars, I smashed the back of my head off one of the bars and fell to the ground. Oh! I didn't get knocked out, but I got a mild concussion. Rough, dude. That's rough. Once I was. Bam! Cringe! What? I remember one time in 4th grade where I felt really sick and I wanted to throw up. It was weird in elementary how normal it was just for somebody randomly to start vomiting everywhere. Or maybe it wasn't normal and that's just how my school was, but it happened every now and then. But I didn't tell the teacher, but at the time everyone had to go in front of the class to tell something. Nice, presentations and you have to throw up? Sounds about right. I forgot what and when it was my turn, I immediately threw up. At least you get to go home, right? It's always a plus side. I was at a play with my friend at a school carnival. My friend had to leave early and I didn't know. He didn't tell you. He's your partner in the play and he didn't tell you. So I walked on stage and kind of just sat waiting for my friend to come on stage. And I fell off the stage while walking off the stage. That is terrible. 6th grade me was an idiot. I think everybody thinks their 6th grade self was an idiot. But the funny thing is when you're in 6th grade, you think you're top dog. All the 6th graders watching this are like, but I am top dog. I'm a big kid now. Yeah. Maybe that one time I fell from leaning back in my chair in school. I've done that a lot, but usually I end up catching myself somehow in some crazy frantic way. The worst is when like you let out a quick yell like ah as you're like catching yourself, and then of course the whole class stops what they're doing and just stares at you like, what, are you okay? When I was in grade 1, how are you guys all remembering these things from elementary? I had to do a show and tell in front of class. I hated show and tell. I was very nervous that day and apparently sick also. So I stood up while everyone else was sitting on the rug in front of me and I barfed. I threw up my breakfast all over the girl's hair and the rug. I still remember this. Bro, I hated show and tell. Not only did I not have anything to show people, but it's like when you were sitting on that rug, you were being mooned by the whole class. First, especially 1st graders. They do not understand what a plumber's crack is. And I remember being so like self-conscious about it. I'd always be like making sure I was like sitting on my shirt so my butt crack wasn't showing. But the people in front of me wouldn't care. I mean, even now, but especially when you're a 1st grader, that's pretty disgusting. At least for me it was. Everybody else seemed like it was a normal thing. Can you play World Box again? Yes, every Wednesday. There was a video last Wednesday here and there'll be another one next Wednesday. Alright, this one's gonna sound really weird and disgusting, but bring it on, bro. One time in 2nd grade, another one in elementary school, I had to take a freaking dump during class, so I tried to hold it in. It didn't work. Clenched cheeks. Just clench it harder and hope for the best. I told my teacher about it. No one reacted at least, and I quickly ran out of the classroom to the clinic. But then it came out. Why would you run to the clinic? Run to the toilet. I'm just imagining a little child going up to a nurse and saying, I have to poo. It's like, okay, then go to the toilet, dummy. I made it to the clinic with a brown thing in my hand and explained everything to the nurse. What do you mean? Oh, the brown thing in your hand? She decided to call my dad and have him pick me up early. I was perfectly clean the next day, don't worry. I'm so worried that you did it again and just brought something brown to school. What do you mean? You had a brown thing in your hand. What did you do? In the middle of the hallway, did you just Papa Squat? Looking back at this moment, I am so embarrassed. Bro, what? What? I'm in history class one day and the teacher asked me to help with a demonstration. We were doing a project where we were solving a case on who started a fight in the lunchroom. Beginning of the year nonsense. As it goes, you know. And she stands me up and pushes me slightly. Wait, the teacher did? Seeing this as a moment of fame, my one time to stand in the spotlight, I decide to make things really over dramatic. Then it hits me. Fight in the lunchroom life alert crossover. Without missing a beat, I fall to the floor and say, "Help, I've fallen and I can't get up." A few of my friends laughed at the last ounces of my dignity died away. I was bullied throughout all of PE class, which probably would not have been the case if I just remained quiet as I typically did. Dang. I then spent 3 hours in the counselor's office knowing that I could not go back to the class and expect the same thing not to happen. Good times. I think that's funny. If you yelled that out in the class after somebody nudged you, I would be laughing. Tough crowd, bro. Tough crowd. They're there to learn or something. I was born. I accidentally went into the ladies' room once. Ooh. I went into a stall and when I came out, a girl screamed at me to get out. I was so embarrassed. You should have told the girl to get out because you were there first. This happened very recently. It's the first week of school and my ELA teacher wants to know us better. So she made us take a piece of candy and the color you took corresponds with the question you had to answer. So the candy was colorful and whatever color your candy was that you grabbed, you got to answer the question accordingly. Red equals 2 things about your family. Blue equals 2 activities, hobbies you like. Green equals 2 things you did this summer. I hated these assignments. Anything where you had to talk about yourself and your own personal life was the worst. So I picked red, and I originally thought it had to be something interesting about your family, not just something simple. So I'm thinking of what the heck to say, and the teacher picks me first. Uh-oh. I end up panicking and freaking out internally because I had no idea what to say. The teacher is very confused and concerned and goes, "Okay, we'll come back to you." Oh no. Turns out it didn't have to be interesting, and you could just say you had a sibling that's in 4th grade or something like that. Sigh. Rip, bro. That sucks. If you don't want to get chosen first, you have to like not make eye contact. It was always the worst whenever I wasn't paying attention. I'd come out of a daydream, I'd look at the teacher, we'd make eye contact, and you'd go, "Josiah, what do you have to say about this?" And then I just stare at him blankly as I start sweating because the class is waiting for me to answer and I don't know what to say. I don't even know what's happening. One time I was playing in a piano concert. I had this extremely complicated piece completely memorized and I was so proud of myself. I go up to play and I completely blank. I stand up and walk back to my seat. No! I've had things like that happen to me, except it wasn't something like a completely memorized song. That's really impressive. Mine is more like the doctor is asking me my birthday and like I'm not nervous. It's going well all the way up until this point, and then I just blank and I just can't answer it. I don't know what my birthday is for the next 30 seconds. Back in elementary school, 5th to 6th grade. 6th grade? 6th grade was middle school for me. I really liked this one girl. Uh-oh. This is gonna be bad. I had been waiting for days upon days until Valentine's Day to ask her out to be my Valentine. I would say really smooth, but I feel like it's gonna go wrong here. Finally, that day had come, that fateful day, and I was about to go up and ask her out with a box of chocolates in my hand, smooth, and I asked her to be my Valentine. She said someone else had already asked me out. No! That person ended up being my best friend? I stood there foolish with my box of chocolates as I got rejected. My best friend is still with that girl to this day, and yet he doesn't know this ever happened. Dude, what? That's insane. He doesn't know. Did she not tell him? Bro, that's what? Yeah, here's a reply. How old are you guys now? That'd be crazy if, like, you asked this man's future wife out. or trying to, at least. Dang, dude, that's rough. That's rough. That's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed laughing at other people's misfortune. Peace out.